Yogah Karmasu Kaushalam.
Namaste. My name is Dr. Chintan Rajani, and I am working as a professor and deputy director at School of Management, RK University. First of all, I want to thank to UGC HRDC of Gujarat University for providing me an opportunity to connect with all of you and providing me an opportunity to deliver a session on use of information and communication technology in teaching and learning. I also want to thank Professor and Dr. Jagdish Joshi, Director of UGC HRDC Gujarat University, for giving me this opportunity. Friends, before I start delivering my session, I'd like to appreciate the efforts put by UGC HRDC of Gujarat University for the upliftment of the faculty members of our region. Currently, UGC HRDC of Gujarat University stood 15th or ranked 15th across the nation, and it's number one HRDC center in our state of Gujarat. Many of the noteworthy accomplishment, if I would like to highlight few, they have launched first online refresher course in 2018 and 19, which is very unique and first of its kind, which was attended by more than 2,500 participants from different regions of the India. They were also pioneer in launching blended PhD coursework program. They also received many grants from the MHRD, RUSA. They also have some international collaborations, often inviting many resource persons from different areas of the globe, and thereby providing an opportunity to the young and experienced faculty member to learn from their wide experience. So my best wishes to UGC HRDC of Gujarat University, and we wish that it keep on continuing efforts to provide similar opportunities to all the academicians and educators of our region in the future as well. With this positive note, I like to start my session, which is on usage of information and communication technology in teaching. Generally, I always start my session with this very popular quote by Soshin. He always used to say that when you want to begin anything, always start with the beginner's mind. Why? Because in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert minds, there are few. So, because this is a topic of a vast importance, that how we can adapt to the technology, how we can change our pedagogical and teaching approaches from traditional to the modern one. So it is very much necessary for all the participants to be receptive and have beginner's mind. Let us briefly highlight that what content I'm going to cover in this session. First, I'm going to do a comparison between the traditional teaching and teaching with technology. I'm going to highlight the key benefits of teaching with the technology. What are the challenges of using technology while teaching? What are the various stages of technology adoption? What are the various tools, which we used to say information and communication technologies, which can be used to facilitate teaching and learning process? Classifying that various ICT tools and discussing ICT tools from each of the category with example. So this is a brief flow that what I'm going to cover in this session. Now, at the end of my session, I expect that participants will be able to achieve some learning goals. I expect that all the participants will be able to understand the importance of information and communication technology in teaching and learning process. They will learn the benefits and challenges of using ICT in education. They will learn and understand the usage of various ICT tools and technologies in teaching and learning. And last, they can able to explore few of the tools which are available for free. To start with my discussion on this topic, I like to highlight the scenario of Indian higher education. Friends, we all know that AISHE used to publish a key data, which speaks a volume about Indian higher education institutes. As per the latest report, which has been published by the AISHE, there are more than 1150 plus universities are there in India, and more than 40,000 institutions are offering higher education in one or the other streams. Currently, close to 4 crore people are enrolling for higher education in India. And as per the report, it is expected that in next 10 years, more than 50 crore Indians will be attending higher educational institutions. Now, in this era where technology is of utmost importance, all the industries across the world will demand skillful professionals. And the onus lies on the educators to produce the students or professionals which are high on different skills. Innovation and changes in the curriculum, in the pedagogy, in the assessment will be required to meet this growing demand. So in this fast-paced digitization, the role of ICT, that means information and communication technology in education, is not only relevant, but it's imperative now. An extension to this, if I want to highlight the key anchors of new education policy laid down by the government of India in year 2020, so they emphasized on providing flexibility to choose career paths, focus on holistic development of the student, provide them multidisciplinary exposure, which help them in developing or focusing on 21st century skill set. And most importantly, they want to encourage us to use information and communication technology in the teaching. So ICT is having a prime importance, which was also covered as one of the anchors of new education policy. On the top of that, in new education policy, various graduate attributes has been prescribed that at the end of their course, they should able to accomplish certain skill set, or they should able to exhibit certain skill set. Few of them are critical thinking, creativity and innovation, problem solving skills, interpersonal and communication skills, research related skills. But here I want to highlight that among the graduate attributes to be achieved by each of the graduates as per new education policy, one of the important skills which they've emphasized is digital and technological skills. So again, that can be only possible if institution, teacher, and all the stakeholders provide such ecosystem where they can have hands-on experience of the technology which can be used in education field and post that in their corporate world or daily lives. So John Davy has rightly said that if we teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. So we have to keep on changing our methodology of the teaching or methodology of the assessment and want to make them prepare as per the demand of the industry and of the world. So next quote, which was given by David Warlick, rightly emphasized the importance of technology in teaching. He says that we need technology in every classroom and in every student and teacher's hand because it is the pen and paper of our time and it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. So with this two thoughts or quotes given by stalwarts of our education industry, I want to start discussion on importance of information and communication technology in teaching. To start with, let us compare the traditional teaching and teaching with technology. In traditional teaching, the teacher was concerned as a controller of the learning environment, whereas in modern teaching, it was not teacher centric, it was learner centric, and activity based teaching method was fully involved to engage the learner. In traditional teaching, student was regarded as having knowledge holes that need to be filled with the information by the teachers. Whereas in teaching with technology or in modern teaching, the learner are of prime importance and they are the prime reason for designing a curriculum or learning experiences. In traditional teaching, the focus was given on lessons content and delivery. They are considered as two most important parameters and students try to master through drill and practice such as a rote learning. In the modern learning, teacher is only acting as a guide and facilitator of learning activities. Students involve themselves in a self-directed learning. So as a teacher, we have to facilitate the learning activities. Learning will going to happen automatically. If we further emphasize and try to compare the two teaching methods, in traditional teaching, we have reading text and the problems, we formulate the questions, student attends the lectures, we monitor the discussions, there were oral presentations of the topic, they reply short questions from the audience, they are writing and reply brief or extensive questions or objective type questions. Whereas in modern teaching or teaching with technology, they watch videos, the attendance and participation in lecture using interactive whiteboards as compared to chalk and board. Teaching was done through audiovisual and other ICT tools. There will be assessment, online assessments of the learning. Participation was also done in online discussions and so on. So this was a comparison between traditional and teaching with technology or modern teaching, which gives us an idea that one has to be ready to adopt the modern style of teaching which best suits the current generation of learners. To emphasize my point further, I like to discuss the benefits and challenges of teaching with technology. Some of the benefits which I want to highlight is first, it improves engagement with the students. Technology will definitely going to improve the engagement with the student because current generation, most of them are using the smartphones. So they are techno-savvy generation. So engagement level will automatically improve. It will widen the scope for teamwork and collaboration. It will increase the student satisfaction because the learning experience of the student will be enhanced, which further helps in increasing the student's satisfaction. It will lessen the burden of redundant task of assessment. Online assessment will be a boon for many of the educators because it will going to save lot of time where there is almost a similar pattern of question has been asked to multiple students. It improved teaching and enhanced learning. It provides access to unlimited amount of current information and data from variety of the sources. Most importantly, it will reduce the educational cost and improve teachers' productivity and efficiency. So with the help of technology, we are sure that both teachers and students as well as other stakeholders will be benefited. But any benefit do not come without challenges. So let's quickly look at few of the major challenges which we may foresee or may encounter while using technology in teaching and learning. First and foremost, because of excessive use of technology, there is a probability or potentially diminishes the cognitive development and reduces the problem solving skills of the learners. Because excessive use of technology will definitely going to diminish their cognitive development, may going to diminish their problem solving skills. Again, I want to emphasize it may not always happen. It entire depends that how we design our learning experiences and how we facilitate the online learning. It reduces the direct peer interaction because face-to-face interaction will be reduced. Most of the time you are meeting online. So it will definitely going to reduce the direct peer interaction. Maintaining the modern technology is very expensive. Sometimes when we see unmoderated exams, there is a possibility of copying from each other or cheating in the exams. So that is a potential risk which is possible while using the technology in teaching and learning processes. And reduce number of teachers because of automation. But at the same time, with the advent of new ICT tools in teaching and learning, it has created many employments, especially those who are good at technical skills, those who can identify the problem in the area of education industry and may develop some product to resolve such problems. So it is a two-way sword. One has to constantly try to adapt the new technologies so that we are not at risk and our jobs may not be affected. So to mitigate the challenges, administrators should help teachers gain the competencies needed to enhance learning for students through technology. So all stakeholders has to play a role. Management has to come forward and invest some money for the training of the teachers, for the invest some money for buying of some modern resources, right? Modern technological resources which help in create a wonderful learning environment for the students. So now, after discussing about the importance of technology in teaching, comparing traditional teaching with technology, what the benefits and challenges, let me now throw some light on what do we mean by ICT in teaching and learning. ICT, that means information and communication technology, is a set of integrated technological resources that provide through hardware, software, and telecommunication functions. the automation and communication of business processes, scientific research, and any other processes involved in teaching and learning. So, use of diverse set of information and communication tools to communicate, create, disseminate, store, and manage information is the key when we say that we want to use ICT in teaching and learning. Friends, ICT has also become integral to teaching learning interaction through such approaches as replacing chalkboards with the interactive digital whiteboards, using students' own smartphones or other devices for learning during class time, and the flipped classroom model where students can watch lectures at home on the computer and use classroom time for more interactive exercises. So this is what we aspire and achieve by utilizing ICT tools in teaching and learning. We want the students themselves be ready for some self-directed learning. They should try to learn some fundamentals to flip classroom. They utilize their productive time for interactive exercises, discussions in the classroom. This is a broad goal which we want to achieve by using ICT in teaching or in education. But friends, information and communication technology can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate into curriculum. So readiness of teacher is equally important in order to achieve the goal mentioned in the above point. So till now we have discussed how ICT can play a role in paradigm shift of entire education learning and teaching learning processes. Now let me classify various ICT tools used in teaching and learning. So when we think about teaching and learning, many tools comes in our mind. Some of you might be thinking that I'm using PowerPoint presentation. That means I'm using ICT tools. Some of you might be thinking that I'm using emails. So I am using ICT tools in teaching. Some of you might be thinking that I'm sharing materials through email. That means I'm using ICT tools in teaching. Some of you might be taking some tests online or maybe using ERP. That means you are using ICT tools in teaching. But dear friends, if we talk about the modern technology, it is much more than the usage of just overhead projector or a PowerPoint presentation or generally using an ERP or other small softwares. The era has been changed and it now caters to much more broader areas. So let me just show you some of the ICT tools which can be classified into 12 different areas which we'll discuss further in this session. So we have thought about collaborative or project management tools, research and analytical softwares, video tutorials and screencasting tools, online assessment tools, online productivity tools, online creation tools, game-based learning, learning management system, lesson support tools, massive online open courses. Friends, these all are various classification or categories which cater to the online technology which we can use in teaching and learning. So I still not covered many of the categories like tools which are available for social learning. But largely keeping in mind the limitation of time, we try to cover this many categories and what kind of tools are available in each of the categories. Stages of technology adoption. Friends, when we think and show our readiness that we want to adopt technology in our day-to-day process or in our regular teaching and learning practices, I want to emphasize on various stages through which this technology adoption can happen. First stage is entry stage, where teacher uses technology to deliver the content to the students, maybe in the form of presentation, maybe in the form of using some online platforms, maybe communicating through the emails. So this can be considered as an entry stage or the first stage of technology adoption. The teacher are willing to use technology to deliver the content to the students. Second stage in this process is adoption. In this stage, teacher directs students and encourages them to use technology and tool-based software. It helps students to make them understand that how learning through technology will enhance their experience, will going to make him industry ready. So in second stage, the emphasis was given to prepare the mindset of the student to accept the technology and to learn through technology. It may be checking daily updates through an email. It may be downloading material through any online resources, or it may be using some communication devices or technological communication platform for day-to-day interaction. Third stage, which is very important, is adaptation. In this stage, teacher encourages and incentivizes students for the adaptation of online tools and technology. They encourage a student to submit assignment online. They encourage a student to participate in the discussions, online discussions. They encourage students to check notification of the email or of the various apps which they used to use for internal communication on a frequency basis. And they incentivize them for good or bad usage. This is a very important stage which is called adaptation. Fourth stage is named as infusion. Here, teacher constantly provides infusion of technology tools with understanding, applying, analyzing, and evaluating learning tasks. In this stage, teacher try to teach with the technology. In this stage, teacher try to do regular communication with the help of various technological tools. In this stage, teacher try to assess the students through with the help of some technological devices. So infusion, in the stage of infusion, almost teacher is trying to adapt technology in a holistic way in entire teaching learning process. Last stage is transformation, where teacher creates a rich learning environment where blending choice of technology tools with student initiated investigations, discussions, compositions, and project of various content areas are promoted. So teacher and student both are equally ready to transform the learning experience to the next level by adaptation of the technology in teaching. So these are the 5 stages of technology adoption. Friends, after discussing about various stages of technology adoption, let me also highlight one of the very important thing which is called parameters to consider while choosing ICT tools. As I mentioned, there are more than hundreds of tools which are available for free and can be adopted in our day-to-day teaching. But selection of the tool which matches with the content and the expectation of the student is of prime importance. So we have to keep in mind certain parameters while choosing an ICT tool to facilitate the learning. First and foremost parameter to keep in mind is the class size. There are certain online tools or certain technological platforms which gives an amazing learning experience to the participant if executed or practiced in small size. There are certain platforms which have a limitation of number of participants in their free version. If we want to involve more number of participants, we have to go for their paid versions. But class size is one of the very important parameter which we need to consider while selecting an ICT tools to deliver our content. Second, age group of learners. As we all know that teaching with the technology is of paramount importance for all group of learners, whether they are pre-K student, they are primary school student, they are secondary schooling student, or the learners are from higher education. But depends on the age group of learners, their cognitive ability and their thinking ability differs. In the students who are generally in the higher education, we expect them to get engaged into discussion which are of higher order thinking skills. We want them to think about the applications of the whatever they are learning, to analyze the critical aspects, to solve the problem, to create something new. So there are some tools which are best suited for students of higher order thinking schools, or we can say students who are there in higher education. Whereas some tools are meant just to facilitate the learning of the schooling student. The second important parameter we should keep in mind is age group of learners. Third, availability and accessibility of technology. As we all know that despite of having very high teledensity rate, still the availability of internet of good speed is not there in some of the rural areas of our country. So most of the tools or online tools and technology require a good internet connection with a good bandwidth. So availability and accessibility of internet along with other technological devices is also important parameter to consider. Learning styles. As we all know that there is a huge diversity of slow learners and fast learners are there in each of the classes which we used to teach. Learning styles of all the learners are different. Some are visual learners, some are kinesthetic learners, some have high in their psychomotor skills. So we also have to assess the learning style of the learners while selecting the ICT tool for teaching. Cognitive ability. Their ability to think and process the information is also of very important criteria while selection of ICT tool in teaching. Prior knowledge or experience. If there are novice users who are not having any experience of using a technology in teaching and learning process, they may not able to directly jump with some of the advanced tools. So we have to start with some basic tools and then have to take them experiencing some of the advanced tools of ICT in teaching and learning. So prior knowledge or experience is also one of the important parameter. Level of digital literacy of both teachers and learners. It is also is of vast important and important criteria to consider while selection of any ICT tool for teaching. So these are the various parameters, and the last one is the language. All the online tools and technology are not available in the vernacular language. There are selected few tools which are available in the vernacular language. So the proficiency in English of both teacher and the learner is very important while opting for majority of the ICT tools in teaching and learning process. So these are various parameters which has to be considered while selection of ICT tools: class size, age group, learning style, cognitive ability, digital literacy, and language. So after learning about the importance of information and communication technology in teaching, after seeing or contrasting and comparing the traditional teaching and teaching with technology, after learning the benefits of teaching with the technology, various stages of technology adoption, and various classification of information and communication technology tools which are available online for free, let us start discussing some of the very popular ICT tools from each of the category. To start with, I like to start with game-based tools which are used for teaching. There are more than 12, 13 online game-based tools which can also be named as gamification of learning, which have more than 1 million subscribers. Three of the most popular game-based tools are shown on the screen: Kahoot, Socrative, and Quizlet. All these tools have two features in common. One, it makes it very interactive and have high level of student engagement. Kahoot is a game-based learning platform for teachers and students, which enables teachers to create a highly engaging assessments through quizzes. Kahoot also provides variety of type of questions to be included in the quiz. You can include multiple choice question, you can include true and false, you can include fill in the blanks, you can include short answers, you can also include image based question in Kahoot. Socrative is another digital assessment tools which can be used for all grades of students, especially in the higher educational institutes. It again create and deliver assessments in the real time. One of the noteworthy feature of Socrative is it used to create races, competitions. So all the participants will be assigned with unique color rockets or some symbols which represents their team or an individual who are participating in the quiz. And on the screen, you can able to track and trace who is leading the race with how many correct questions, how many percentage of answers they are yet to answer. So it makes a classroom very live. Quizlet is again a free to use learning platform having range of assessment and evaluation tools that allow teachers to create engaging and interactive assessments to the students. Main feature of the Quizlet is ready-to-use Quizlet solutions for some of the popular textbooks in variety of areas like science, maths, history, geography, even in higher education also. Let me give you one small demo of how game-based tools like Kahoot can make a classroom really interactive and how it increases or enhances student engagement. So this is the home screen which you get in the Kahoot. Let me just give you a demonstration of one or two questions of recently conducted quiz of Union Budget 2023. So I have formulated these questions. There will be 20 seconds given to answer each of the questions to the participants. When I start, generally they are going to ask that which mode you want to play, a classic or a team mode. So I want to have it as an individual quiz. So I'm going to have it in a classic mode. Participants have to log in to a website called kahoot.it. So I'm going to log in kahoot.it in my mobile phone. Once you log on to kahoot.it, they will ask for a game pin, which you can see that this is a game pin to play this quiz. So once a participant will enter this game pin, they have to given a nickname. So I'm giving my nickname as CR, and you can see that one player has joined. Similarly, once all the players can join, you can start the quiz. Generally, the student will get scores on two parameters. One is correctness of answer and the speed at which they are answering. The first question which was asked was, which country first introduced a budget? There are 20 seconds, so you can see the timer is already on, and how many people have given answers will be shown on the right side. So on my screen, I'm choosing the option England. And you can see that you can also see that how many students have given the wrong answer, how many students have given the right answer. And you can also visually able to explain that how many of them have make an incorrect attempt and what is the correct answer. So you can pause, explain why this answer is correct and other options are wrong. They will learn from that and we can move ahead. So once we go on to next, there will be a leaderboard which shows that what point was scored by the participants, and they will display top 5 scorers on the leaderboard, which actually creates an excitement and everybody wants to win this quiz. I will take one more question and then we'll move ahead. Who has presented the most union budget? And there are some of the options which are available here. And again, I'm randomly selecting an answer. And fortunately, it got correct. Morarji Desai has presented the union budget maximum time. And again, if I see the leaderboard, the score has been increased. So this is how like Kahoot or any game-based tools, online tools or application will going to make your classroom highly interactive and very engaging. So let us move to the next category of ICT tools which you can use. There are various lesson support tools. So generally, in order to execute blended classroom or flipped classroom, we used to teach some topics in the class and we want that learners should watch some other online videos or maybe other material, refer other material and participate or give answers which has been asked to do in that particular material. So there are some of the very popular lesson support tools which help you in structuring their lessons in form of pre-reading, on session and post reading. Like Edpuzzle is a free assessment center tool that allows teachers and students to create interactive online videos by embedding either open-ended or multiple choice questions, audio notes, audio tracks, or comments on a video. Similarly, ThinkLink is another digital tool that allows teachers to create interactive image and videos for their student. It also provides various multimedia options like you can include text, image, audio, and video, and which you can also use this platform to create timelines, maps, infographics, which can enhance students' learning experience. So by using both the tools, it will definitely going to enhance the learning experience of the students. Nearpod is another online presentation and engagement platform that allows professors and students to engage with one another, record completion, and track overall participation. This Nearpod is also a one-stop platform with integration of Google Slides, so you can able to integrate your Google Slides in this particular platform. Let me take you to one of the demonstration of any one platform. Let me show you that how Edpuzzle can make the video watching and video assessment a really interesting exercise. So this is my Edpuzzle account. So I have uploaded one small video on flipped classroom. So as I will play this, so you can see that in this 4 minutes video, I have placed one question, multiple choice question after almost this many minutes. So they have to go through this content. They cannot skip this content because this is my account, but generally student can't skip this content. They have to watch this content. They have to watch this content fully. They cannot skip this as well. A student can't skip the content. It is non-skippable kind of a content, so they have to go through it. So many times it happens that students just play the video and they went away. And they think that once their video will be watched in teacher stateboard dashboard, it has been like showing that you have watched this entire video. But wait, in Edpuzzle, you can place questions after some minutes or after some seconds. So until and unless if I do not give answer to this particular question, the video will not going to move further. So I have to at least answer like, do you like this platform? Yes. Once I submit it, then and then only I can able to move further and able to watch the next part of the video. In case if I do not know this answer, then there is also an option to re-watch this video, right? This is how like again it used to work. If we look at the other features, you can able to see that how many people have watched video on which date, whether it has been turned on, not turned on time, what is the scores which they have scored out of 100, how many attempts they have used. So you can also have this kind of a dashboard from that, which you can able to track that how many participants have watched video, how many times, and what grades they have scored. So Edpuzzle, again, a very interesting free assessment center tool. I advise you all must make an account and try it. It will really going to enhance the students' learning experience. Let's move to the third category, online assessments. COVID has thrown a challenge to all the academicians to convert their teaching styles and assessment styles from offline to online. And with God's grace, we all the academicians have done a wonderful job. But with that challenge or in that adversity, we have found many opportunities which are a part of our practice nowadays. One of them is online assessment. So now many of the institutes are taking assessments in the form of online by some moderated or unmoderated platforms. Here I am showing some of the tools which makes an online assessment a really fun. One of them is Mentimeter. It is really helpful presentation based digital tool that enables educators to engage with students using live polls, word clouds, quizzes, multiple choice questions, and so on. At the end of the exercise, you can even download the result for your record purpose. Same way, Quizzes is a learning and student engagement platform that allows teachers to create multiple tools to make a classroom fun, interactive, and engaging. It also allows to create lessons, conduct formative assessments with other interaction in a captivating way. Another very popular online assessment tool which is available is Teach Easy app, which makes checking tests online in a different formats like PDF and image assessments, just like a pen and paper checking. You can also give your feedback or remark either in the form of text or voice. So friends, isn't it that we should try all these three? Let me show you one demo of Mentimeter that how we can facilitate it various kind of assessment through this Mentimeter. Now in Mentimeter, I have created a couple of assessments through slides. For example, before starting a session, if I want to know about the teaching method, then I just have to play this particular slide. So it will going to ask all the participants to write down 4 teaching methods which they have used. For that, to give the response, again, they have to log into menti.com. So I'm just taking 1 minute to join the menti.com and give the responses so that you can able to see that how it works. So I am again entering the code which has been mentioned here, which is 6232022. Once I will enter like this, they are going to post the same question on my screen. Let me enter that which teaching method I am using. Once I will submit, you can see the responses in the form of clouds on the screen. So once every user keep on submitting, it will really make it interesting and all the participants will able to catch that what are the responses of other. The response, suppose if 5 participants have given that they are using presentation, then it will be having a larger size of font, and the one which was given less will be on of a less size font. So we can easily able to trace that which is the most commonly used teaching method by or exercise teaching method by most of the participants and which is the least used technology or teaching method by all the participants. So it really makes it a fun and we can able to see a live kind of a word cloud which is used to get formed by the responses of the participants. So I advise all of you to please try mentimeter.com once to make your classroom interactive. After online communication, one of the key challenge which all the educators are having is the communication to the stakeholders, especially the students and the parents. So these are some of the very popular communication tools which are available online for free, which can improve the communication or bridge the gap of communication between teacher and student, teacher and parent. Like Evernote is a cloud-based note-taking platform that allows users to store, organize notes, documents, images, and other content. It also gives a collaborative features for group sharing as well as tagging and commenting on others' documents. Class Dojo is a very useful platform for teachers to build a positive classroom culture which focus on student extended learning and engage parents to know the student progress. We can able to create classrooms, we can able to add students, we can able to assign homeworks or activities through these platforms. And the best part is parents can also have the account in Class Dojo and they can also able to track and trace the progress of their students on the various tasks which has been assigned to them. Flipgrid, which is now known as Flip, is a video-based discussion board. It functions along the same lines of traditional text-based board, but it gives the student a chance to respond with their own video and voices. So a teacher generally floats a question and different student responses from the grid or answer of that particular question. A Remind is a website and app that act as a communication platform for teachers to send messages to multiple recipients at once. You can integrate this Remind with Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, even Quizlet, and many other platforms in order to remind students about their submission deadline, about the date on which the quiz has been falling, on the very critical dates when the project submissions are there. So these communication tools will going to make a life of a teacher a way easier and a communication with the students more effective. I'm not showing any demo of communication tools because I want to move to the next classification or category of ICT tool which we can use in teaching and learning. We have friends seen game-based tools, we have seen online assessment tools, we have seen communication tools. You can able to do all this if you can, if your institute or you are ready to adapt any of the learning management system. When we think about learning management system, different institutes are practicing and adapting different learning management systems. There are some of the popular learning management systems which has been displayed here are Canvas, Moodle, Edmeadow, Google Classroom, again Blackboard, and many more are available for free as well. For example, if we think about a Canvas, which was even used by some of the renowned institutions like Harvard, it is a web-based learning management system which used by learning institutions, educators, and students to access and manage online course learning materials and communicate about skill development and learning achievements to all the students. It includes a variety of customizable course creation and management tools, as well as also gives you features of user analytics and statistics along with internal communication tools. Friends, I'm going to show you one demonstration that how this learning management system turned out to be a really effective if we can able to facilitate our teaching and learning through this LMS. Moodle, very popular worldwide, is an open source learning management system that provides a platform for creating and delivering online courses. It gives you features like various assessment tools such as quizzes, assignments, workshops, and also allows teachers to evaluate students' performance through this online platform. Friends, you can customize Moodle as per the convenience or requirement of your institution, and according to the learning style of the learners. Since it is an open source learning management system, you can able to customize it. Third, with limited feature but very effective and easy to use with a very good graphical user interface is Edmodo. Edmodo is an educational website that takes the idea of a social network and refines them and make it appropriate for the classroom. A faculty member can use this app to share the content, text, videos, as well as to assign homework or assignments to the students online and take their submissions online. I advise all the novice users of learning management system to start with Edmodo by creating one small class of years. Google. Google also provides a Google Classroom which helps educators to create engaging learning experiences. They can personalize, manage, and measure. Google have a very Google Classroom can help you because it can be very easily collaborated with Google Workspace and all other tools which were provided by Gmail or Google. Friends, let me show you one of the course and what features are available in learning management system by showing you a small demonstration of Canvas learning management system. So generally this is a dashboard which shows me that how many courses I have published or created for the students. So as you can see that many courses has been created. Another options are like number of courses, calendar, inbox, if any messages are there. Some of the things which I need to do immediately like will be there in the form of to-do list. If any event or submission is upcoming, then it will going to show me in coming up. So this is just a small overview of the how this home screen looks like. Let me take you to one of the course named Business Statistics and Research. As you can see that in the home page, you can able to show them a basic information about the course, its course outcomes, introduction to subject. You can give links to the syllabus and assessment method. As a teacher, you can able to make some announcement which will be shown to the dashboard of all the students who have enrolled for this course, as well as if you have kept the notification on, it will also going to be there on the email of the students. You can facilitate the discussions, you can create the discussions, online discussions, and you can facilitate the discussions. In your course, you can imbibe some of the modules. In each of the module, you can able to share pre-reading materials, reading material, or the class notes. Again, you can also share some post-reading materials. Again, you can imbibe some activity or assignments in each of the module. This will going to show that who have enrolled for the course. Like you can invite any students to enroll for this course. You can upload your course files in this through this particular module. You can upload your syllabus, you can upload your assignments, and each of the assignments you can plan the entire activity or assignments which you want to execute in advance and set it which will be displayed to the students, right? Again, in assignments you can able to set the date, type of submission, and even you can set that till what time it should be available to the students. Post the deadline, it will get closed and students may not able to share the assignments anymore. You can even also give grades or marks to the various submission, whether it will be assignment or the quizzes. You can able to find out that what grades has been achieved in the quizzes or what grades has been given to the students. One of the most important feature is quizzes. You can able to create a quiz with again an option to create or extract the questions from question bank. For example, if you want to take a quiz of 20 marks and you have a question bank of 200, then each of the students will be asked any random questions, any random 20 questions from that 200 question bank which you have prepared for the subject. So it will help in minimizing the cheating or copying from each other, as well as enhance the experience of the students while appearing for the quizzes. So these are the various features which I talked about, which is available on any of the learning management system called, just like Canvas, you can have any other learning management system. Additionally, you can also able to import any existing content which you have created previous year, and you can able to import in this particular course. You can able to view the progress of the course stream, and many other settings are there which you can easily able to exercise through learning management system. So friends, after seeing a demonstration of learning management system, let me move to the other tools which are really helpful in enhancing your teaching learning experiences and which are available online. There are some collaborative or project management tools are also available, which helps you to collaborate and form a team, right? And you can able to assign some tasks through these platforms, which will make your task way easier. You can collaborate with the students, you can collaborate with the teachers of the same university, you can collaborate with the teachers of other university. Some of the popular collaborative or project management tools available online are Trello, Asana, and Slack. Trello is a visual work management tool that empowers team to ideate, plan, manage, and celebrate their work together in a collaborative and most productive way. A team can start a new project, organize their existing work, which can easily adapted through the Trello program. Asana is another task management software that features like projects or workspaces, and various tasks or sections can be created and different roles can be assigned to different participants. So it gives more customization as compared to Trello. You can even, it will help you in reducing time which you used to spend on writing the emails for the meetings and used to assign different tasks, because you can do all these tasks from the single platform called Asana. Slack is another messaging app for business that connects people to the information that they need. It generally works by creating various channels, and channels can be used for general discussions, specific projects, or for anything else you can think for the team's communication. Friends, let me show you any one of the tools so that you can get an idea that how this collaborative or project management tools works. So I'm showing you one demonstration of a platform called Slack. So Slack, as you can see that you can able to connect with any existing groups or teams. You can able to upload your files. These are the various channels. You can able to add any new channel. You can join any new channel. These are the messages which you can directly send to the other colleagues or co-workers who are there in their channel. We have created this one channel for our international conference, which we have some of the fellow participants from other universities as well. So we used to discuss the flow of the conference, again some of the progress of the conference, material, so which can be shared with all the concerned persons through this single platform. right? So this channel has been created, right, to facilitate the discussions regarding international conference, to share the docs and to make decisions together as a team. So here you can able to add the people, you can send emails to the channels. It is a really make your task way easier. So friend, I advise you to please use any of the collaborative project management tools, right, for the discussion. Next ICT tools which I want to showcase is some of the productivity and utility tools like Padlet. Padlet is an online collaboration tool that enables users to create visual bulletin boards. It allows users to post notes, videos, other content on an interactive wall. I'm just going to show you quickly how this Padlet look like. So this is like again home page of Padlet. There are various blogs, as you can see, food blogs, maps. You can able to create timeline. You can able to create a portfolio of some of the videos or images. You can able to create a dashboards, organization charts. So it will really going to help you in creating a really some visually appealing kind of structures which will make your presentation very effective. So I advise to at least create your account in Padlet and exercise some of its features. Another utility tool which we expect all the participants to use is Grammarly. Because friends, we all know that fluency in English and while writing any kind of a communication, written communication, one always has to check the grammar. So Grammarly is an online grammar checking and proofreading tool that help you to identify and correct errors in your writing. So it also gives a personalized feedback and suggestions on grammar, spelling, and punctuation. And there is an extension of Chrome available in Grammarly, which is for free. Nowadays, we often use QR codes to take the payments or even for different events which we used to organize. We use QR codes for registration. We use QR codes even to take up the questions from the audience. So generally one find it difficult at how we can generate the QR code. So GoQR.me is one of the leading sites on the web for QR codes. It not only does the QR code marketing, but it also helps you to generate free QR codes on for your website or for your events. TinyURL, many of you might have used it, is an online URL shortener service. It takes a long link that may be many dozens of characters in length and it turns it into a relatively tiny link. So generally when we create any Google form and when we want to share it, even through WhatsApp or email, we often find that the length of the link is too long. So TinyURL will going to offer you a solution by creating a shorter URLs for any kind of websites or even any kind of a survey forms, right? So these are some of the utility tools which you can even use. You can also use some of the creative tools. Again, Canva. Canva makes your design beautiful. There are some creative assets which are available. You can able to make social media images, videos, GIF posters, websites, booklets, multimedia presentations, your resume, effective resume. So Canva is invaluable tool for helping you to level up your design skills. So if you have not created or used any of the feature of Canva, I advise that please use Canva. It will going to make some of your work really help and make your design very effective. Similarly, there is another tool called Tutori, which is a collaborative instructional and presentation tool for the classroom. You can use this as an alternative to traditional presentation, which you used to prepare either through PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, or through Google PowerPoint presentations. It is more effective. It helps you in creating even more effective presentations as compared to Prezi as well. Clips is all about capturing joyful moments, getting creative with memojis and amazing augmented reality effects, which you can share with your friends, family, and world. So it will really make your videos amazing one. Animoto is a cloud-based video creation service that produces video from the photos, video clips, and music into video slideshows. So this all are some of the creative tools which you should exercise or try once. Let me briefly show you that how Canva can help you even for preparing a graphical abstract for your research paper or even the present or even your thesis work. This I have prepared by myself. As you can see this, that why to pursue a MBA program from our university. Then again, I have tried to create this, which makes it really visually appealing one. So you can able to even choose from any of the existing templates and you can easily modify it with your content. So from the projects, you can able to see that which are your projects. This is another, like again, I have certain images of my campus. So I have tried to create a wonderful, visually amazing, appealing collage from this. So I feel uh, that I'm a designer by using the Canva. I'm thankful to Canva. You can also make yourself a designer, very good designer by using some of the features of the Canva. If some of the participants are from the maths and science background, these are some of the tools where you should experience that how it will be really effective or really helpful. Like Wolfram Alpha is an answer engine which was developed by Wolfram Research. It answers factual queries by computing answers from external source data. Remember, friends, it is not a search engine, but it is a computational knowledge engine for computing answers and provide you some knowledge. Scratch is a visual programming language that allows students to create their own interactive stories, games, and animation. So even this can be tried with kids as well. Very easy to use it and very easy to learn how to draw some animations, small animations, and some creative stuff. Set interactive simulations provide you a platform where research-based science and mathematics to generate research-based science and mathematical simulations. It engages students through an intuitive game-like environment where students learn through exploration and research. Desmos is the next generation of graphing calculators. The calculator can plot a variety of different equations from line to parabola in more in a minute or a fraction of seconds. Let me just give you a glimpse of one of the platform. So this is like again about Wolfram Alpha. As you can see that they are providing variety of options from the mathematics to science and technology to society and culture to everyday life on variety of the topics as well. In science and technology, you can able to solve some of the physics problem or even chemistry or even engineering one. Even in maths, algebra, plotting the graph, like chemical elements and molecules. So you can able to give input, and you can able to get some answers. So I advise if anyone of us from the science and mathematical background, they must try the platform which has been listed. This is again about the Scratch, which is easy to learn how to create stories, games, and animation by just drag and drop feature or very small kind of a coding stuff. So these are various maths and science tools which are available online. It is not possible to cover other tools in detail. So, which are the other online ICT tools for teachers? Definitely, we all want to become a good researcher. So, there are various online analytical tools which are available, like R software, SPSS, Mendeley, LaTeX, which you can use for statistical analysis, for bibliographic analysis, for proper citation and references at the end of your research paper. You can do a hands-on and try out any of these tools, which can really going to make your research paper in a structured way or make your research analysis part a way easier one. E-learning, again, these all are very popular e-learning websites. Khan Academy, Code.org, K Newton, Carrot Sticks. These again are a very niche e-learning platforms which will facilitate the curiosity quotient of various kind of learners. Sharing files, Google collaborative platforms provide you the best facility for sharing the files or even to conduct a survey. I'm sure that most of the participants have used most of the features which are available on Google collaborative tools like Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Drive, Google Classroom, and so on. Massive online open courses again falls in ICT. So we are proud that Indian government has also launched a Swayam platform where many of the teachers or educators like me and you are taking advantage and learning from the eminent professors from variety of institution. This kind of a move has changed the entire dynamics of teaching and learning, and we are privileged for this paradigm shift which has happened to India with the help of government, IIT Bombay, and many other players who have contributed. On a global platform, edX and Coursera are some of the very popular platforms for massive online open courses. We can enroll for some of the paid or free courses. Video tutorial or screencasting is also one of the important area because generally faculty members are supposed to record their video and share with the students. So Camtasia, Screencast-O-Matic, Screencastify are some of the tools or platforms or softwares which you can use for creating your own video or for screencasting or for recording video tutorials. So friends, because of the limitation of time, we may not able to share all the ICT tools which are available online, which can really make your teaching and learning altogether a different experience for the student. But I'm sharing you some of the websites where you can access free technologies which is available for the teachers. For I've given you two websites from which you can able to access tools to create free infographics, text to speech, digital storytelling, free podcast services, free survey, polls, quizzes, screen capturing, social bookmarking, online bibliography and citation tools, online sticky notes, photo and image editing softwares, testing and quizzing softwares, web conferencing softwares, free annotation softwares, free video tools, free PDF tools, and much more. So I hope that with this small effort, I tried my best to sensitize the participants about how ICT can really make our life easier and can change the entire teaching learning experience of the students. So last, I want to share this quote that many times we are not adopting the technology because we think that it is a threat or because we do not want to come out from our mental dogma that why we need to use technology because I'm the best teacher to use the chalk and board and my students are equally satisfied. Friends, so this quote will definitely help you in changing your mindset that technology will not replace the great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. So I hope that with the help of technology or adopting the different ICT tools which are available, you can be a great teacher and you can really transform a learning experience which you deliver in the classroom on a daily basis. Thank you very much once again to UGC HRDC Gujarat University for providing me this opportunity to share my knowledge on ICT tools which can be used for teaching and learning. If you have any query, please write to chintan.rajani@archive.ac.in, or you can even write to HRDC Gujarat University. I will try my best to solve your queries or to facilitate any of your doubt. Thank you once again. Have a great day.